Yeah, yeah. You know what time it is. Gather round, let's vibe. It's Sunday, so let's ride. Nathaniel Noble Jr. coming through. Got the mic and the thoughts just for you. Dropping wisdom like sunshine, bright and clear. New episodes weekly, can you hear? Every Sunday at noon, Pacific time. Tune in, let the good vibes rhyme. Life happens, that's a fact. But we got the stories, let's keep it on track. Every Sunday with Mr. Noble. Life lessons flow when we keep it global. Amazing guests sharing gold nuggets. Tune in, don't miss it, we won't plug it.
This is the Nathaniel Noble Jr. Podcast.
Welcome this week's guest on the Nathaniel Noble Jr. Podcast, a Facebook friend of mine. Well, no, she was a friend of mine through my friend TeesA on the Listen Up, Listen In show. And she introduced me to her, and she go by the name of Danetta Silmon. What's up, lady?
Hey, how are you?
What's going on? We had to catch you on your walking because you're so busy, and we've been making attempts to make this happen, so we're going to make it happen, Captain.
Definitely, and I want to make sure I value your time because I want my time valued as well. So,
oh, yes, your time is valued.
Here I am.
Here she is, and there she goes. She's walking, and when I finish with this, I'm going to be walking afterwards. So what's going on? Who are you? Where you come from and where you going?
Well, I can tell you right now, I don't know where all I was going, but I know where I'm heading. That's for sure. But, you know.
Yeah, excuse me, folks. We're going to try to make the best of this walking and talking with the outside and the background noise. So y'all wing it because we getting it done. So.
Oh, yeah, there was a car that just passed by.
Yeah, the car sound like jets passing by.
Oh.
That's all right. This will make fun podcasting and overcome all the technical stuff. Yeah, so we want to know who Danetta Silmon is and what she have to offer to the world.
Yeah, so, you know, my name is obviously Danetta Silmon, and I'm originally from Waco, Texas. That's my hometown. And I did live in Athens, Georgia for about 9 years. So traveled a little bit, you know. Been to some other states, but this ain't where I actually live. And who am I? I am a mother. I'm a creator. I'm an artist, a writer, a poet, and a business owner. That's pretty much who I am.
And did you mention you make music?
I did mention I make music because I do. I love making music, and I've been writing since 12. It was an outlet for some of the things I was, you know, encountering in my childhood at the time. Didn't know how to really get it out, and so it came out through writing. So the first piece of work that I've written was in the form of a song. So it was called What Is Love?
Yeah, what is love? Did you figure it out yet? I'm still learning.
I'm still learning. How old am I? 42. At 42, I'm still learning.
42. I remember that age when I was 42 several years ago. It's a thing of the past in my life. So
Got to be grateful to reach these ages nowadays because people die so young.
Right. Did you have a book? I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Yeah, so as of right now, I do have a journal that's out on Amazon. It's a 30-day journal. And I have a couple on my website, too. So I'm going to have to, you know, shout out my website later in the show. But my official first book, which is going to be a 30-day challenge, I started on this book like 2 years ago because, you know, I talked to you about it. And when I was really focusing, like zooming in to get it taken care of and finally push it out because it was supposed to came out last year, but then my mother passed and just kind of stopped everything with the book. And I grieved for months, and I still grieve now, even though, you know, it passed a year later. But nevertheless, the book is officially scheduled to come out January of 2020. And it is Wave of Love, 30-Day Challenge. It is a book that is part of poetry that I released. I think I released that 2 years ago too. Yeah, I think I released that 2 years ago too, and it's called what? Wait a minute. What is the name of my poetry?
You worse than me trying to remember all the stuff you create.
Yeah.
That's what come with the 40s. Memory lapse.
But yeah, and I already said it. It's the Wave of Love 30-Day Challenge. The
Okay.
poetry that is out on all streaming platforms is called Wave of Love as well. My official book as an artist is scheduled for January of 2026. And I'm not sure exactly if I will also have it on Amazon like my journal is.
Yeah.
Because as of right now, I have been learning a lot or researching a lot, learning too, but I'm creating my own stuff. Because ultimately, I do want to be able to sell all my products on my own website.
Right.
So I could possibly have it as a digital download, for the Kindle readers or whatnot, as well as physical copies coming directly from my website. That's what I want the plan to be. And then maybe I can put it on Amazon as optional, but I want to be able to have the physical copies available on my website as well.
Cut out the middleman, huh?
Yeah, and it's just some other stuff that kind of comes with that, that I don't like. It's like for my website, I didn't go the route with Etsy and all of that where they already have those high traffic trends or, they already have customers pretty much. Even though I might maybe put some of my downloadable stuff on one of those sites, but for the most part, I'm just pretty much started from scratch when it comes to my website, meaning I have to build to my audience, which is a challenge all in itself. But I just want to have my own, and I want my customers to come to my website and buy my items.
Exactly. Direct connect. So you got to build your tribe from the ground up.
Yeah, and it is challenging, just kind of finding your audience and kind of getting past your friends and family.
Oh, yeah.
Because, everyone knows that friends and family will be the last ones to support you.
Yeah, they come at the end shout. Now, I always knew you was going to make it, even though they never help you or encourage you, inspired you, like talking behind your back and laughing at you like she's a clown. She don't know what she's doing. Nobody's going to buy this, all this garbage.
Yep.
But you got to press on. If you got a dream and vision, you got to press on.
Yes, absolutely.
In spite of yourself, you got to press on because most time you got to get over you, really.
Yep, that's true. Learn and grow. When you see successful businesses online or in person or whatever, they started from somewhere. A lot of times people just see the success. You don't see the in-between of how they got there. And I can guarantee you they had plenty of rough days, especially if they started off from the ground, from ground zero, then there's a lot of in-between. But the thing is, you believe in your dreams and your goals and you just press forward and eventually you'll get where you need to be. So that's how I look at it. Doesn't mean I don't have bad days. Sometimes it can be a little discouraging at times, but for the most part, not really too much for me. And not because I'm just this wonderful, great person, because I am. But it's because I already knew. Like when you know what you're getting yourself into, you're like, okay, your mind is already there. So I knew me not going the route of Etsy or what's the other one? Is it Spotify or Shopify? Or, they have plenty of them. Yeah, they already have their own audience. So I already knew what came with the territory of me saying, hey, I'm going to start my own website with my own .com and, take it from there. So that's why it's not as discouraging because I already know what comes with it.
What's the name of the website?
It is creativevibes.DSilmon.com.
Say it one more time.
creativevibes.DSilmon.com. So it's basically the name of my business. So that's what the name of my business.
Creative Vibes
Mm-hmm.
by
By D Silmon.
by DSilmon.com. That's the whole paragraph. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it is.
I guess it
That's
gets
why
to the
the link
point.
is going to be better.
Yeah, it gets to the point, huh? This is Creative
Mm-hmm.
Vibes by DSilmon.com.
Yep.
Let's go on there and see the creative vibes.
And I just love it. I took my time with this website. Built it from, hold up, and I probably said that right. I feel like that's how you pronounce it. But they had like a great deal, for the whole year and for the domain and everything like that. So I took my time, built it, made sure it kind of give off the vibe that I would want my website to give off.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I love it. Even if you don't want to buy anything, it's just great to even go there and kind of go through the pages and just kind of get the vibe of the website.
Yeah, go check it out, folks.
Mm-hmm. Definitely go check it out.
We got to help these small businesses grow to large businesses.
Mm-hmm.
We can only do so much as an individual, but we need the tribe to get on the vibe.
Agreed. And
Yep.
we can talk. I don't know which direction you want to go in, but whenever we get to the business, I can kind of say what it represents and,
Well, let's
what's
get into
on
the
there.
business. Let's get into the business.
Okay, well, let's go. So one of the things with my business, too, knowing that I was a writer, or I'm a writer, am a writer, and I'm also into crafting. I love creating almost as much as I love writing. I don't know which one I love more. It's just something I can get in there and do all day and get lost,
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, with that being said, I feel like I found a way to combine the two. So it's a different product as far as I'm concerned, because you don't really have any, or I don't know any out there that's similar to it. What I did know is I didn't want to be out here trend chasing.
Mm-hmm.
Every time a trend goes and I got to go out and make this and try to sell it and things of that nature. Now, do I want to sell it? Yes. But I don't want to keeping up with trends just to get a sale. And pretty much any trend out there, for the most part, I definitely had the ability to create it, most of them, but I wanted my own creation and something that works for me. So when you go on my website, what you will find besides individual items is collection pieces. Now, originally, when I thought about my business, I was like, okay, now that I have the concept of merging poetry with risen home decorative pieces, I feel like I'm going to drop a collection every month, right? And in my head, initially, that did sound right. And not only was I wanting to drop collections every month, it would have been 2 collections, because I have my mini collection and I have my main collection. And so as I'm doing it for the 2 months, because I dropped 2 collections in July and then I dropped 2 in August, then I realized I am like in production mode so much, I'm neglecting my marketing, finding my audience, my content. And I'm doing all of this working a 9 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if I wasn't working a 9 to 5, maybe I could do it monthly. Maybe, I don't know. But what I realized is it wasn't balanced the plan wasn't balanced for the most part. And so anyway, long story short to that, I decided to not drop collections each month. I have my plans for next year already, where I'll have a month where I don't do any production. Well, I'll have 4 quarters. I have a month where I don't do any production, and then I'll produce on those. I'll do a mini collection in its own month and a main collection in its own month, or whatever. And I'm just kind of giving an idea of what to look forward to, right? Coming next year. And I'll try to make sure I hit some of those holidays. And I feel like I kind of went just a little bit more off into it, but I just kind of trying to give an idea of my thought process. And
Tell a dog. Tell a dog we say hi and shut up.
Yeah. He's barking because I'm passing by.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I have my interaction with dogs. Don't let him
Look,
get
he's
out the gate.
peeping out. Hey, he has this little hole right here.
Oh, yeah.
This little Paw Patrol hole where he can look. Okay, I can pass him now. So, yeah. But I just kind of wanted to give an idea of my thought process and just kind of, processing everything through my business wise. But what my business concept or what I want to offer or what it entails is inspirational pieces at the end of the day. So you have a poem that is going to be deep. So my collection is for people who appreciate fine art, meaning in poetry form. And I wouldn't say it's 100% spiritual, spiritually based, but it definitely is going to have, spirituality in it because it's about overcoming different obstacles. So the first collection piece that I brought, the poem was called The War Behind the Smile, and that poetry is basically exactly how it sounds. We go out in the world, we smile every day, but behind that smile is life. And that life is whatever that life is to you. And we all know that life is not always glitter and gold, We go through different things. So even though we're in the midst of different storms and things like that, we still go out into the world with a smile. So, and then sometimes, specifically in the poem that I wrote, which is Collection Piece, it is about that battle within yourself, because sometimes we are the ones that can't get past our past. Sometimes we are our biggest haters, or our biggest doubters, and so that is what that collection piece represents. So basically, my idea is to give an experience. So I give you the poetry that is hopefully relatable to whatever your battle may be. And then on top of that, then you have something you can decorate with that has home decor pieces. And I think with that collection, it might have had a vase, but for sure a tray or something. And so the trays will have words or whatever the risen pieces that I create that go around the poetry will be a part of the poem. So I think it had a coaster set and maybe some trays, and the trays were different lines from the poem will be, placed on the tray or whatever. So you have this whole experience. You have something you can decorate your home with. It's inspirational. It's uplifting. And then you have the poem that accompanies. So it's more so of giving you experience rather than just something to decorate your home with, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, Nate?
Sometimes. Yeah. It makes sense to the people that understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, so are you saying you don't understand what I'm talking about?
That means I'm just joking with you. Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh.
I want to throw you a curveball. You're too serious.
No, because I was trying to go ahead and see if I need to break it down a little further.
Break it down. Hey, if anybody wanted to break it down a little bit further, you get in contact with her personally through her email in the subject line. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think pretty much people understand what risen pieces are because risen pieces are a big thing. People buy them all the time.
Yeah.
From trays.
Let me interject this. So she calls it risen pieces. I calls it rising.
Oh.
Like rising. But that's the running joke we had. Mm-hmm. Carry on, my friend.
But it's just a thing. It's a thing, and people, they sell them, they buy them. People kind of love these items. And I recently got into the resin and epoxy and things like that. And yeah, it's pretty fun. You have to be safe, but it's pretty fun making these pieces. And then to combine them with inspirational words makes it even that much better, in my opinion, in the collections that I want to put out.
Yeah. So, and it lasts a long time with that epoxy and resin. Yeah, it's like durable. You can pass it on to generations,
Yeah, it's very durable. And you can, if it doesn't relate to you and you know someone else it relates to, you can buy it as a gift set. So my collection, that's what they're about. It's uplifting.
Hey,
Then I have my mix. Go ahead.
will you be able to make like custom? Like if somebody had a poem they wrote and they wanted it made in that type of thing you make, can you do
Yeah.
custom?
So anything on my website can be customized.
Okay.
From color, if you want me to. I actually have a section. That's why I was like, you go on the website, you can just kind of go through the website and you'll see. But I have a custom selection where, like, if now I don't want to primarily do parties, but I can do a lot of things with parties, party favors and things like that. But I'm not specifically catered to partying. But if you go there, you'll see some of the stuff that I've done. I'm still working on getting a lot more of the other things that I have, created, posted on there. But also in that custom section, there is one where you can inspire your own poetry collection, with your pieces. So if you want a coaster set or you want a tray and you want a palm connected, I think how I have it sit on there, because I haven't visited in a while, it's like you can pretty much give me an idea what type of palm you're kind of wanting, and then I'll create it. Obviously, you pick your colors, you pick everything outside of the actual palm, but I will create it around what you're wanting. So, and I believe on the website it's named Create Your Own Collection or something to that extent, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's something to that extent, but yeah, where you can kind of create your own collection. And again, you'll see some of the other things that I do on there. If you want some party favors created for a party, I do gift baskets, obviously, too, or anything. I do other things outside of, the collection. So.
Awesome. So, anything else? Let's see. Where can they find you online?
Yeah, my mini collection. So that's how the main collection is, and it's usually a long poem. The mini collection is obviously a shorter poem, and it's more so just focused on a quick inspiration for the most part. It does have a 14-day downloadable journal that you can get for free if you purchase the collection. Obviously, it's usually priced lower, and it's not going to come with as many risen pieces. I also have that as well. It comes with a poem as well, but again, you get the journal, the downloadable journal. You can also buy the journal separately as well if you just want, a challenging journal, something that challenges you, I guess. But basically, the journal is lines from the poem as well. And so let's say if the poem said, the sky is blue today. So if that was part in the poem, and I'll put it'll be in the journal, the line, the sky is blue today. And it'll ask you a question like, do you feel like the sky was blue today? It wouldn't be that simple, but I'm just giving you an example of the format of what to look for in the journal. So it just kind of gives you a line from the poem, and then it'll kind of challenge you to think a little in depth and how it relates to you. And, you have your space to write down, and it's a 14-day kind of like journal. So, yeah, that's 14 days. So, yeah, very nice. I really like the journal connected to it. Makes it a little bit more in depth, in my opinion.
Remember this part of the show? This is the part of the show where I have my guests leave a positive life nugget.
Always believe in yourself and go after your dreams, and don't let the in-between stop you from accomplishing what it is you really want to accomplish.
Straight to the point. That's why I like it. Go after it. Don't stop. Get it. Then when you get it, go after it again. You get some more.
Yep.
Kick in
and
the
I
dough.
also got a song dropping, too. I just thought about that.
Okay. When is that coming out?
Don't know yet.
Well, why you telling us that we can't even get it and hear it? What the?
No, it's going to be dropped in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I just don't have the specific date. But it's called the Living My Life to the Fullest. It's an underdog story.
Okay.
Or underdog song. I have my oldest son featured on it, which it's a great song.
Okay, so
it's a great song.
do this for me and my audience. When that song come out, you get it to me and give me, the name of it and where they can find it, and I'm gonna play it on the show and tell them where they can go. Yeah.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna do that.
So the ball is in your court.
You
Heck yeah, that's what I do. Shine the light in the dark world. From my guests.
Well, I appreciate it.
From my guests, that's the best. Yeah.
That is the best.
So this is a disclaimer on this show. Danetta is outside on her walk. So that's why you hear a couple of little background noise and stuff. We usually don't do it that way, but I wanted to try something different because she hard to pin down, y'all. I'm like, you going walking? Okay, I'm just going to hit the record. Let's do it. Get the gist of the story. We can come on at another time and do the rest of her life when she's sitting down and she ain't got nothing to do, which is probably never. Creative people, man, with a 9 to 5, we don't have enough time in the day to create and do what we're supposed to do with the job, like taking up all our time because, we need a job for the basics.
Yeah.
The creature comforts, living indoors and keeping the light switch working and stuff and food on the table.
Exactly.
But the creative stuff, man, that's what we really want to do. Create and make a living off our creative bug, So yeah, I'm in the same position, man. The job take up a lot of time, and I try to create while I'm at work the stuff I can, and then finish it off at when I'm off on the weekend. Just got to keep doing it.
Right.
So Danetta, where can they find you online, social media, and all that stuff?
Well, you can find me at Danetta, the artist Silmon on Facebook. The artist is D-A, artist, not T-H-E. The same is, that is the same for Facebook and Instagram. And then TikTok, you can find me at Creative Vibe.
Right on. Yeah. Hey, well, if that's all you got to tell us today, we want to thank you for coming on here with your walking and talking self and letting us know what you're up to and what you got going on and what people need to check out and where they can find you.
Yeah, and I'll be back on again. We'll get into some deeper stuff about life, my life.
Oh, yeah. Is that going to be a book one day, too?
We've discussed this. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Just planting the seed.
Like a lot to write.
Well, with the technology and the tools we have now, all you got to do is speak to it. It'll write it for you.
Yeah, I'm going to have to really sit down and
might do it
think about that.
Do it in stages, Yeah.
Like the 30-day challenges and journals. I can do poetry. I can do it. I'm thinking writing a book. A book? I don't know.
It is possible.
It is. I agree.
Yeah, when you're ready to do it, it'll come together.
Yeah. If it's in the future that God has planned for me, I'm sure I won't have no choice but to do it.
Right. Yep. But okay, finish your journey and walking, and we'll chop it up at a later date and time. That's Miss Danetta Silmon.
All right.
You've heard it exclusively on Nathaniel Noble Jr. podcast.
This is Danetta Silmon, a.k.a. Danetta Baby, and you're listening to the Nathaniel Noble Jr. podcast. And if you're interested in any of the collection pieces, you can find them at Creative Vibes by DSilmon.com.
Gotta submit. You gotta submit. Thanks for listening to the Nathaniel Noble Jr. podcast. If you've enjoyed our show, make sure you subscribe and share with your friends. We appreciate every one of you.
Nathaniel Noble Jr. podcast.
You gotta submit.